A simple piece of self-awareness today. I wanted to share an interesting question that I think is going to be great for us to pose to ourselves as we grow in self-awareness, and what I would believe to be helping us thrive in life and living our best lives possible with that self-awareness. If you know me, you know I like to point out things that keep us distracted from living our best lives possible, and that self-awareness piece is a crucial stepping stone to help us get there. And so today's question is going to be, are you simply surviving in life, or are you thriving in life? Do you find yourself just managing your life, or are you actually living your life? Are you living your life with abundance in your mentality, in your emotions, in the way that you feel and interact with the world? Or do you feel restricted? Do you feel chained down? Do you feel like you have too much on your plate? You're overwhelmed, you're overworked, you're overstressed, with little sleep. That's a very common experience for a lot of us, and sometimes we need to readjust our priorities, readjust what we put on our plates, and balance things out a little bit more for ourselves. But if we don't have that piece of self-awareness, how do we ever know that we need to adjust going forward? A lot of us, we just sprint forward in our lives. We take on task after task after task, goal after goal, responsibility after responsibility, and we have too much on our plates, and we've never taken the chance to redistribute those responsibilities or those things that we say that we want to pull into our lives, and then we are overburdened with too many things on our plates. And I think for a lot of us, it is going to be incredibly helpful if we take the time to dive into self-awareness and to dive into picking our priorities, re-choosing, readjusting, almost doing like a life audit, some would suggest, to help us find that better balance in our lives. To go from just simply managing all of our responsibilities to owning those responsibilities and still having the time of self-care, the time for our families, the time for our friends, and then being able to actually live our life in abundance versus feeling stuck in simply managing things in a stressful interaction day after day, where it's just checking off our checklist of our to-do list every day that never gets done. And we end up in this survivalist mentality where it's fight or flight, it's stress all the time, and every day is lived just to check off the box, trying to make sure that we accomplish all of those responsibilities. And then we end up feeling deserted from ourselves because we're not giving ourselves that time and attention that our soul needs, our heart needs, our family needs, our friends need, because we're just trying to perform all the time, too much, too long. And so again, the question is, are you simply surviving, or are you thriving in life? And then in similar fashion, are you able to live your life, or do you feel like you're just stuck managing your life? All right, so the last piece here, we need to understand a little bit more about ourselves in this journey, right? So to stretch and to flex those self-awareness muscles and tissues and tendons, let's think to go from stuck to develop more progress as we move forward with our lives and readjust and rebalance all those responsibilities, those priorities. So what you can do is you can get a list out, just a sheet of paper, super simple, scratch piece of paper, take 5 minutes, write down all of your roles and responsibilities that you take on, your day-to-day task list, your checklist of responsibilities, the objectives that you try to accomplish day after day, week after week, and see if anything on that list can then be taken off, to see if those are actual things that you need to keep into your responsibilities, or maybe you can allow other people to take on those responsibilities to help you out, or maybe you've just taken those on without realizing, well, maybe it's just too much for you in this time of your life, right? To where then if you have too much on your plate, oftentimes we end up feeling burned out, we end up feeling restricted, chained down, and then like other people need to always be there to support us because we're not supporting our own selves. But yet if we have better balance and we're able to support our own lives in that greater consciousness, that greater self-awareness, and we know ourselves to a deeper degree, and we feel balanced, then we can take on those opportunities in life with abundance and with joy, with positivity, with optimism. But you know what? It's not fun being weighed down with way too much than what we can handle, right? So maybe even improving our positivity, improving our optimism in our own lives, to improve our overall health and the health of those around us, can start with reappropriating our responsibilities in our day-to-day interaction. So that's a little note I wanted to give you today, a little message. I want to encourage you today and wish you a happy rest of your week and a happy rest of your journey in self-awareness and to really understand yourself at a deeper sense to say, what do I need? What do I want? What do I want to experience in this world? What do you want to experience in your own life? And what do you want to pursue? What do you want to bring into your life versus feeling like you're always having to perform out into the world, okay? So I could go on, but we're just gonna end there for today. Want to encourage you, let me know what you think in the comments in the section below. Tell me what maybe you have learned about yourself in your own self-awareness journey that you've learned, you've had to take away, that you've had to put in, that you've had to maybe strategize or put on the calendar, time for self-care, time for self-awareness, things like that. And what you've learned in your own journey, or maybe what you're learning today in this exercise. So I'll send you off with that, and I wish you good luck. God bless.